Hi, let's go over Riemann sum. I have a function f of x equals x to the second plus 2, and we're doing Riemann sum, the right hand, the left hand, and the midpoint for 4 intervals from 0 to 4. Let's get started. Now we see the graph f of x equals x to the second plus 2 shifted up 2 units. Approximate the area under the curve over the interval from 0 to 4 using the right hand R4, the left hand L4, and the midpoint M4 rectangles. Notice on the right hand we take care of the right points. For the first interval right here, we take the right point as our start point to go up and find the height, which is f of x1 in this case, and that's the second one, third, fourth. On the left hand side, we take the left for each interval. So for the last interval, we look at the left one. We don't use this point. For the right hand, we don't use the first point. For the midpoint rule, we take the midpoint of each interval, as you could see, and we do it. Let's take it one by one, starting with the right hand method. For the right hand, going from 0 to 4, this is my 0, and this is my 4. So we're going to go first, second, third, fourth. We're going to take the right hand side. For the right hand side, for the first interval delta x, we will go up from this point, that's my right hand, and we build the right triangle or stripe. For the second one, we go from our right hand, which is 2, and we go all the way up to this point, and that will be my height, or f of x. F of x will be f of 2 in this case. The last one will go all the way to this point, and we build it, and so on. That's how we do the right hand. To save you some time and make it clear, I came up with this. As you could see, this is the right hand. We are overestimating, as you could see, because we are gaining this portion, this portion, this portion, and this portion. Now, for r equals, or for 4 intervals, that's R4, that says n equals 4, which means for the formula right here, when n equals 4 and starting from 1, and that will give me x1, x2, x3, and x4. So we're looking at this point, this point, this point, and this point as our heights, or f of xi. That's f of xi. Delta x, each part, that's delta x, and we like to take it regular steps. Everyone is delta x, and they're all equal. Okay? That will be b minus a divided by how many? The whole thing is b is 4, and a is 0. b minus 4 will be 4 minus 0 over 4. So each interval is 1 unit. That's a 1 unit. That's a 1 unit width or length as a base, and that's 1 unit. So delta x is 1. So we're ready to start, and here we go. R4 equals delta x, which is 1, multiplied by the first height, that's f of 1, because we're taking the right hand, plus f of 2, plus f of 3, plus f of 4. So that is how we do it by hand for 4 intervals. Equals 1 times f of 1 will be 1 square plus 2. That's 1 plus 2, which is 3. Just plugging the numbers in. F of x. F of 2 will be 2 square plus 2. And that's 4 plus 2, which is 6. And so on. Plus f of 3, which is 11. F of 4, which is 18. Doing the math, multiply by 1, add them up, and that's 38. So that's a right hand with 4 intervals under the curve, x to the second plus 2. Moving on to the left hand. This is the left hand. For the left hand, we're doing the same thing. Delta x equals 1 in each one of them. That's the same problem. That's 1 each. And going on the first one, building the height, looking at the left point of each interval. That's my left hand. And that's my left hand. And so on. That's my left hand. And that's my left hand. So as you can see, we are losing some. This portion is gone, and so on. We are underestimating the area that is actual under the curve from 0 to 4. So one more time, to save some time and have the graph already marked with the rectangles and shaded, I have the following. So in this case, we go from 0, not from 1, as you could see, to n minus 1, and n minus 1 will be 4 minus 1, which is 3. So we're going from 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, that's f of x, I. That's this right here. And it would be nice to take it regular, so delta x is 1. So the left Riemann sum with 4 intervals from 0 to 4 under the curve will be delta x, that's 1, multiplied by f of x sub 0, that's the first one on the left, which is f of 0, plus f of 1, plus f of 2, plus f of 3. Notice that f of 3 is this right here. We're not using this time f of 4. We're not using this one. That's the difference between left and right. Equals 1 multiplied, f of 0 will be 0 squared plus 2, and that's 2, plus f of 1, which is 1 squared plus 2, and that's a 3. F of 2 will be 6, and f of 3 will be 11. Again, doing the math, I have 22, and that's an underestimate. So the first one was 38, the second one was 22. A good estimate would be averaging the right Riemann sum with the left Riemann sum. That will be 38 plus 22 over 2. And that is 30, 50, 60 over 2, which is 30. That's a good estimate. Way much better than the right and the left. The left is underestimate because we are losing or not counting these portions, as you could see. And the right was overestimate. For the midpoint rule, M4, we take the midpoints. As you could see, those are the midpoints. And to get this midpoint, you go like 4 plus 3, which is 7 divided by 2, and that is 3.5, and so on. That's how you do it. And of course, if you want to see the graphs, you go for the first one, you build the height on the first midpoint, which is 0.5, and you go only up to this level, a little bit more than the left, and not reaching all the way up to f of 1, which is the right. To show you a quick and clear graph, I have the following. So for the midpoints, they're going to be 0.5, and let's take it back, 0.5, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. To reach out up to the height, we go from the 3.5 and we reach to the graph, and we build our height. So we are losing this portion and we are gaining this portion, so the midpoint will be a way much better than right and left. And this is how we get the midpoints in general. For the first one, the 0.5, we go x sub 0 plus x sub 1 divided by 2. That's 0 plus 1 over 2, which is half. and we are going from I equals 1 to n equals 4. So now M4 midpoint rule for 4 intervals will be 1, which is delta x, times f of 0.5 plus f of 1.5 plus f of 2.5 plus f of 3.5. That's my last midpoint, which is 1 times f of 0.5, which is f of half square plus 2. That will be 2.25. You could use decimals as long as you're not rounding. That's totally fine. And f of 2.5 is 8.25. F of 3.5 is 14.25, which is 1 times 29, and that is 29, which is close to the average between the left and the right. The left and the right average was 30, as we saw a few minutes ago. Of course, you could do that as fractions. So, or you could do 1 times f of 0.5 is 9 over 9 over 4, which is 1/2 squared, that's 1/4, plus 2, which is 8 over 4, and 1 over 4, that's 9 over 4, and second one will be 17 over 4, using the common denominator 4, 33 over 4, and finally 57 over 4, adding them with the same denominator, that is 116 over 4. Same answer as 29. And that should do it.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.